Last on today's episode, I speak to I Am Sam, who's well known for his incredible theatrics in Ocean Club Ibiza, and we're going to speak about what's next for the music industry. Sam, thank you very much for coming on PCTV. How are you?
I'm good, thanks for having me. Yeah, it's great to be here, in the open, around people. It's not for once.
Yeah, no, it's been a crazy time. Have you coped?
Well, it's funny. I was talking to a few other musicians. For us, it's not that different. Other than the weekends and the shows and the tours, we usually just sit at home on our own making music.
Yeah.
In a little dungeon, producing and whatnot. So don't get me wrong, it's not been easy like for everyone. But I've missed the live show. But yeah, I'm used to the lockdown thing. I don't see daylight really.
It's been a musician quite a lonely job then.
It can be in certain aspects. Especially when you're touring and growing up, you miss birthdays, and when you're away, if you're doing a season, you go somewhere on your own and you're with people you don't necessarily know, and you make friends and all that out there. But yeah, it's very back and forward, and you spend a lot of time in the studio on your own or with another musician. So we're locked down anyway, so it's quite funny. Other than the live show, yeah, it hasn't been any different really.
I hope people don't mind me saying this funny story about how I met you. I believe it was a venue, we won't mention it, but I think he was underage, but he was playing percussions somewhere, and I think you came up to me and said, I'm not old enough to come to Café de Paris where I was working at the time, but when I am, please look me up.
Do you know what I actually said to you?
Go on.
I said, you were wearing girl skinny jeans. And you looked at me and was like, what? And I was like, no, it's cool, bro, so am I.
It does sound exactly what happened, yeah, because
I specifically remember, because I think I was 17,
yeah, and
you were like, as soon as you turn 18, ring me, and the day on my 18th birthday, I rang you.
And your success has been since then phenomenal. You're one of the most well-known artists right now in music. When you think of, whenever I think of like percussion or
within that side, the club percussion entertainment, that side of things, definitely, yeah. And
how has that happened for you? How in such a short space of time have you gone so big?
I wouldn't say.
Well, you're being modest now, I think.
It depends how you look at it, really. I suppose, I've been doing music full time since I was like 16, 17, and obviously I was local, and you just progress. It's not really I made the decision 3 years ago, this is what I was going to do full time, like focus on me. I've been in other bands and work with different artists and different acts, and you always have to rely on other people, and I thought if I'm not relying on anyone else, I can't blame myself. So yeah, I just went for it, and I just sort of set my goals, was like, I want to be in Marbella, went and did that, and it's funny, we say about, he probably doesn't mind me mentioning Rob, we like set things, we like on the phone, like after a show, when we was at a local venue to here, we had a residency for a long time when I was young, and we'd be on the phone like saying things that are going to happen, and it's funny, like pretty much all of them that we've set have happened. Like I strongly believe if you believe in something enough and you work for it, it will happen. Same with the Ocean Beach thing, with the whole Ibiza thing. If you work hard enough on something, you will get it. It's only you that's stopping you. It's not anyone else. It's like you have to go and grab it. You have to go and make that happen.
So is that more of a law of attraction thing, or a universe thing, or just spiritual?
It might be a law of attraction thing. Yeah, I always believe in like you just have to go out there and grab it. You can only ask. Like you don't ask, you don't get. It's what I've always been taught. And I don't know. I think maybe people know me as another thing is I'm not. However big you get, you have to. Not saying that I'm big or anything, but you can't. You have to be humble. And always, I try and be polite everywhere I go. Say thank you.
Yeah.
All of that, and I think that goes a long way.
I believe so. Yeah.
And I don't drink, which I think is a big thing in the industry.
You're the odd one out. You're the odd one out in the industry, yeah.
I very much look at my job as a job. It is a vacation and a laugh, and I love it. But it's very important, and it's work, and it's not just a laugh. It is you can have a drink, you go to the show, but you let loose after.
Yeah.
I just personally don't drink for a few different reasons.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to drink to have a good time, and I just think would you be drinking in an office job? It's just however you look at it. I think that's got another reason, and I've been consistent.
Yeah.
For going back to the original, how do you think I've got there? It's been consistent, and I say this when I say to people that book me, I'm not a bongo player. I'm a session drummer essentially. I play normal kit as well. So I just decided to do the whole percussion thing because I'm a drummer, and I believe you can do better as a percussionist than you can as a session drummer. It's different. When you're just working with an act, you get paid a certain fee, and you're working with someone. You haven't got your own call. You can't. Yeah, you're still working for someone. When you're with your own artist, you've either got a manager you can be with the agency. You can choose. You're very open to do what you want, and you can say yes and no to things. So it's a combination of the thing, and taking it seriously, and always taking chances, and sort of going with your gut, I think, and just never giving up. Like, it's funny. I was in a business lecture. He was the ex-editor of Kerrang, and he just said bands generally don't get signed from the age of 21 to 25 because people at that age are very uncertain. They don't know what they're doing, and even if they're in a band that's really good or really successful, there's always that uncertainty. Yeah. Money, mortgage, is this right for me? And I just think I made that decision just for doing music. You obviously do other things on the side. Anyone that knows any successful musicians, they're not just a musician. They have restaurants, property, this, that, and the other. They have a lot of, but music is their main vocation, and it's a lifestyle really as well. Like, it is a job. I say that, take it seriously, but it's a combination of that and essentially being good at your instrument, and it's a craft. Taking it to the next level. That's what I've tried to do. Yeah,
and you absolutely love what you do.
Yeah, I love it essentially. Yeah.
So a little birdie tells me you've been working on a bit of music during lockdown.
Yeah, a lot of music actually.
How's that going?
Well, it's going alright. It's going good. Yeah, the songs. There's quite a lot of music, and it's good music. And everyone I've showed it to, it's in the industry, has only had positive reviews. And it's just the shame with the COVID lockdown thing. There's pros and cons. Obviously, it's not any different. But I built up a big off of last year. And it was just a shame that it didn't materialise this year. It's been good because I've been able to make music and I can plan and decide what I'm doing going forward. But it was it paused. So it was very. Anyone doesn't know what's going to happen. We don't know when it's all going to be back, and it's just adapting and seeing what we can do with if the live show comes back and whatnot. So it's just the music. That's where I'm trying to go forward now. Properly establish myself as an artist because I haven't got any releases out on them. Most musicians that aren't session like me would usually have music out and be a bit more. Would be known for that as well because it usually helps you build. But I've been lucky enough to be able to build with just a live show, which is lucky really. But it's because I'm all about the live show. I put a lot into it with my kit. It's just a combination of things. Yeah. But the music's where I'm trying to go. I'm not going to say too much, but.
So let's talk about Marbella and Ibiza. I mean, there's been lockdowns, there's been quarantine. You must be speaking to some of your contacts out there. How have they been coping?
So it's quiet. It's got busier. Obviously, there's the quarantine issue now. So I think they've sort of not decided the season's over, but it's what it is for this year. Yeah. And they're all starting to plan for a big reopening next year. That's what I'm gathering. So I'll be over there at some point, doing a few bits and pieces back and forward. I've got a few plans. Something quite cool that we're planning actually.
Anything you can tell PCTV?
Something to do with a Jeep.
A Jeep?
Jeep.
Okay.
Yeah. And a sunset. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Nice. Keep it close to your chest. Yeah. So what's next for Sam?
Music. A tour next year, international shows. I'm trying to focus on the international market really now. France, Qatar, Dubai, and a European tour next year. That's what I'm planning at the moment. And the music, but it's just getting the music. With everything going on, it's just taking a bit of time to work out what's the right thing to do. That's it, yeah, it's just the music out and the tour, and obviously Ibiza next year. Obviously, O Beach is delayed. Dubai to the following year. Yeah. So that was meant to be happening this end of this year. But yeah, it's just with everything going on, it's quite uncertain, but yeah, it's just music out, which I'm looking forward to, because I think people know that I produce music, but I don't think anyone takes it that serious. I've had to sing deals with different people, done bits and pieces, but these songs are, they're hopeful. Don't want to, you know what I mean? You don't want to be like, I think everyone backs their own music.
Yeah.
You have to, I think, otherwise you have to believe in yourself. That's one thing. When I was 17 and I knew who you was, like, it's funny, like now I'm not like, do you know what I mean? Because we know each other, but when you think back, if I'd have said to my 17-year-old self what I would have achieved by the age of 25, even little things. I was talking to Rob. I remember I didn't know him. It was my first gig at a local venue, not even this one, before we got close. And a song was played, and I went up to him and said, "What's this?" And he was like, "Oh, this is the SMK." And then that was that. I didn't know what dance music was, and then to think everything that's happened. And
this is Rob Crouch.
Yeah. He's one of my partners in production, and we friend, and like just all around good guy. Supports me a lot with everything I do. But yeah, it's just funny when things happen throughout your career, and you meet people, and you network with people, and you get opportunities to do things. You never think if you always take a step back and you're like, oh my god, like. So it's just a bit mad, like if you take a step out and think back to if I was 17 again and everything that happens. Yeah, you just appreciate what it is.
So Sam, it's been an absolute pleasure speaking to you. I love seeing your success, and keep up the good work. And I'll see you in Ibiza next year. And are you still wearing the skinny jeans, or have you put them away now?
No, I have still got them. I have a few pairs, but I've put them away now. I'm more into like baggy.
Thanks for coming on the show, Sam. It's great seeing you.
Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure.
Cheers, mate. Bye. So thanks for watching Posh Cockney TV. I really hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, please subscribe below and hit the bell to be notified on future shows.